Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise, wherever you are on the globe. Dear friend, you are highly welcome to this Wednesday morning edition. Look, it is a day to our next game. Yes, Chelsea Gent, and preparations are currently underway. Yes, there was training yesterday, there was training on Monday, and the players are in good form. No injury situation as at now. We've not heard anything on the injury front except Rhys James. Dear friends, later today, in UK, 1 p.m. UK time, I'm not too sure, I think so. Yeah, our coach will be speaking to the press, and I will bring you every detail, every information. It's likely I might come again even before then, because there are some exclusives that I need to bring to you. But dear friend, you see, it is a beautiful day indeed, and I want to venture this morning into a few things with you. We'll be talking about our opponents, our Thursday opponent in the Conference League. I'll be talking about them. But before I go to that, our own ex-player, Mikel Obi, has spoken again. This time around, it's not about my homeboy, Nicolas Jackson. But he spoke again concerning one of our midfielders, Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez. And to be honest with you, I listened to him carefully 2-3 times. And I can tell you that not only me, but many people out there are not happy about the way Mikel Obi is dealing with the current, players that we have. He is criticizing them, which we all do. But there is a limit at which you have to go. Even if he is right, even if Mikel Obi is right, please bear with me, in criticizing the players currently, even if he's right, in this case, I am not a fan of ex-players grilling the current squad. I'm not a fan of ex-players grilling the current squad. You are an ex-player. You know what it takes. You know it that not every player can take criticisms kindly. So I am not a fan of ex-players grilling, especially you are a Chelsea ex-player. You are not from another club. That's United culture. That's Manchester United culture, not Chelsea culture. Especially when it's a skill issue, not an effort issue. When it is about skills, not that the player is not making the effort. When it comes to skill issues and not an effort, you know that this player is putting in the best he can. It is about the skill issue, which sometimes some players they can grow into it. None of our players, none of our current Chelsea squad members, players we have now, have reached their peak yet. None of them reached their peak. None of them are in their peak. He was talking again about Enzo Fernandez. He said, and I quote, "There is a player there. We've seen that when Enzo Fernandez plays with Argentina, there is a player there, but it's just not working so far for Chelsea Football Club." In fact, as you can see there on your screen, read it by yourself. There is a player there. We've seen that when Enzo Fernandez plays with Argentina, there is a player there, but it's just not working so far for Chelsea Football Club. See, we all criticize. I do. But Mikel is an ex-player. He understands what it takes to be a player in Chelsea. If this is not only me, I purposely, this is from X. Look at the comments from X on Mikel Obi for you to understand that people are not happy what Mikel is doing on the players. These are the comments. Some of the comment that came up from on X. Somebody says, in the end, he will say it was a motivational talk. In the end, Mikel will come and say, oh, it was a motivational talk. Another one says, it is working if you open your eyes and not your mouth all the time. it is working if you open your eyes to watch the players very carefully and not your mouth all the time. Another one says he really needs to shut the fuck up now. That's not just the end. Another one says it is working. Okay. This one says from Jackson to Enzo now. Another one says I agree, but when you take him out of some reason, we lose all control. He is like unsung hero. You can just imagine. Another one says this guy is just out of content and needs some controversy. You see, it is not fair, Mikel. It is not fair. It is not fair. You are an ex-player. Well, this morning, I know some of you will still misunderstand me, but I would advise you, go to Obi-Wan podcast and listen to him. You will be angry yourself. You will be angry. We always saw it when Enzo Fernandez was substituted in a game against Brighton. That from that moment, we saw the attack on Chelsea. You were a midfielder. You were a DM. And you know what it takes. And even you, Mikel, how many seasons were you benched? How many seasons were you benched? Why were you benched in those times? Because there's a time when you get to that level where the coaches trust you enough. And in this case, Enzo is still growing, still developing. The whole entire squad is still developing. You, Mikel, during your time, there were players that were above you. We understand. Now, who are they looking up to? There is none. There is no mature player that you can say, okay, they are looking up to. Is Enzo going to be looking at Caicedo? Or Enzo is going to be looking at Romeo Lavia? No. By you, Mikel, during your time, you had Frank Lampard, you had Michael Ballack, you had Michael Essien, you had Makelele. You have players that you can look up to. All these players were midfielders we're looking up to. Well, it is your breakfast, dear friend. I'm sorry if you see me ranting like this. When it comes to ex-players, talking about current squad, I don't like it. To be honest, at the end of the day, like somebody said, you come back and say he was doing what? In the end, he will say it was a motivational talk. There's a way to motivate and there's a way to pull people down. Even if he's right, I am not a fan of ex-players criticizing the current squad. I'm not. You are an ex-player. You can leave that for those of us who were not part of the squad, who never played the football in Chelsea before. Before I go to Gent, quickly, Bruno Fernandez will be available for Manchester United next 3 games after a successful claim of wrongful dismissal following his red card against Spurs. So, Manchester United fans out there, well, your man Bruno Fernandez' appeal was successful. The red card was rescinded. Yes, the red card was issued to him for that foul was rescinded, and so he is available for the next 3 games for Manchester United. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Merson speaking about Chelsea. And this is what he said. I brought you one of the things he said yesterday, and I want to tell you one again. He said, I can't knock Chelsea's start, but they've got to change this obsession with playing out of the back. You are anxious the whole time. They can hurt anyone on their day, but on the other days, they will hurt themselves because it's not completely fluid. These are the kind of criticism, if even an ex-player is talking about, we will understand. This is a pundit. This is the kind of punditry work we want to be hearing. He is right on top of, he hit it right on top. He said, I can't knock Chelsea's start, but they've got to change this obsession of playing out from the back, which what we see. We saw it in the game against Brighton. Our goalkeeper, 2 mistakes led to those goals that Brighton scored. Playing from behind. It is not bad, but when it's not yet fluid, when we are not yet used to it, and you are playing from back, a little mistake like the goalkeeper did twice resulted in a goal against us. And he continued. He said, you are anxious the whole time. As a Chelsea fan playing from behind, you always be anxious. You'll be worried. You know that any least mistake will consider a goal. And assuming it's a cup final and such mistakes happen, what will you do? To recover becomes a problem. He said they can hurt anyone on their day. Chelsea can hurt anyone on their day. But on other days, they will hurt themselves because it's not completely fluid yet. Don't you get it? These are the kind of criticism, constructive criticisms. Quickly, my dear friend, it is your breakfast. And let me rush now to Gent. Chelsea Gent tomorrow Thursday in UEFA Conference League. UEFA Conference League. Who is Gent? Where are they coming from? Which country? What is their current position on their league table? Yes. Today, this afternoon, or later today, there will be a press conference. Enzo Fernandez and one of his players will take part in a pre-press conference for our game against Gent, which will be streamed on Chelsea official website and app. I'm talking about the press conference. And I will listen carefully and I'll bring you every update on that press conference. But quickly, about our opponents in tomorrow's game. Gent, who are they? That is their logo you can see on your screen right there. Who is Gent? Where are they coming from? Gent are third in Belgium Jupiler Pro League. They are third on the league table right now. They are Belgium Jupiler Pro League on 16 points. They are on 16 points after 9 games. Usually 16 points, 9 games, they should be having normally a good club, a good team should be on around 24 points. Yes, averagely. Because 10 games should be 30 points, right? Yeah. So, plus and minus, if it's a good team, they should be around 21, 23 points or 24 points. But they have 16 points in 9 games. That is a team Chelsea is facing tomorrow. They've had 5 wins, 3 defeats and 1 draw. 5 wins, 3 defeats and 1 draw. Scoring 17 goals and conceding 9 times. They scored 17 goals in 9 games. That means that they score 3 goals as well. They are scoring freely. 17 goals and conceding 9 times. Gent have played 3 qualifying games this season. They played 3 qualifying games this season in UEFA Conference League. Means that, Chelsea, we had only 1 qualifying game. Yes, but they played 3 in order to qualify to meet Chelsea in this group stage. They already played 3 before they qualified to meet Chelsea now. 3 qualifying games in this season UEFA Conference League. The first was a 7-1 aggregate victory over Faroe Islands side, Vikinga. Yes, Vikinga from Faroe Islands. Gent 4, Vikinga Islands 1. That's the first leg. Second leg, it ended 3-0. Making it all together 7-1. Their second was a 5-4 aggregate victory over Danish side Silkeborg. Yeah, the second was a 5-4 aggregate victory over Danish side Silkeborg. Silkeborg 2, Gent 2, first leg. Second leg, Gent 3, Silkeborg 2 on the second leg. Then on the final or the third game, they played 2-0 aggregate victory over Serbian side Partizan. Yes, 2-0 aggregate victory over Serbian side Partizan. Partizan 0, Gent 1, first leg. Second leg, Gent 1, Partizan 0. That is how they qualify now to meet Chelsea. So, in a brief, the team Chelsea is facing tomorrow, they are third in the Belgium Jupiler Pro League. They are third on the league table and they played 3 UEFA Conference League qualifiers in order to meet Chelsea right now. They had 5 wins so far this season in the Belgian league. 5 wins, 3 defeats, and 1 draw, scoring 17 goals right now. Well, how do you see them? Are they a good team? Do you think Chelsea can overcome them tomorrow? Let me hear from you in the comment section. This is the little knowledge that I have, and this season, what they have achieved so far, that I want to bring to you. Dear friends, it is your breakfast. I will not take much of your time, but I'll be sure to come back again in the coming hours to give you exclusives. Quickly, some shout out before I let you go this morning. This one says, good evening, sir. Noni Madueke is a greedy guy by not giving his teammate assist to score. He always wanted the glory all in himself, which is bad. Let our coach look into it and bench him for 1 or 2 games and play Neto Pedro for that right side. Well, my dear friend, the truth of the matter is that Noni Madueke, for me, he's improved a lot from last season. The only thing is, even his finishing now is better than last season. All right? But when you have some other players that are in a better position to score, give an assist. This is what I am saying. This is what many people are also saying. So my dear friend Fabian Bright, yeah, Noni is not a bad player, but he needs to look to give an assist. Sometimes it's better that way. You are working for the team. All right? Big shout out to you, Fabian Bright. Very big shout out. Have a great Wednesday morning. The next one says, Palmer is getting to Eden Hazard's level. Not yet there. Madueke's job is to be giving assist mostly, not scoring. David from Ghana. Yes, as a winger, your duty is to be giving an assist. Crossing the ball in for the attack for the strikers to score mostly, unless there's no striker in the right position to score or to shoot. Yeah, big shout out to you, David from Ghana. Elisha Bazi says, any club that will come out now and start discuss anything with Chelsea concerning Cole Palmer, the answer is no. It's not for sale. Go away. Means that Chelsea will not sell Cole Palmer as far as we are concerned. He continued. He said, fact of all, good evening, everyone. Okay. The same thing. All right, let me go to the next one. He said, good day, Mr. Selon. My name remains Odunayo Ojo from Lagos, Nigeria. I thank God for blindfolded Man City and Pep to allow Palmer leave for Chelsea. There is no doubt that the guy Palmer will not be competing with Haaland in goals chart at the end of the season. Madueke is selfish. That is why he hasn't registered an assist, because he's never serious the way I see it. Maresca needs to talk some sense to him and blah blah blah. All right, my dear friend, you see. And then he concludes, on Iron Right submission, I passionately agree with all he said, and that's just the icing on the cake. You see, the point is that Noni is one of those players that score hat-trick. Don't forget. He scored a hat-trick some few weeks back, right? If my memory serves me right. So, maybe they believe that he can score, but the point is he needs to look more. Look more. Are you in a better position to shoot? Are you covered? Or your one of your players are just by your side. One of your teammates are in a better position to shoot. Look, that is all. Anyway, big shout out to you, my dear friend Odunayo Ojo from Lagos State, Nigeria. All right. The same Odunayo from Lagos State, Nigeria. Say, okay, the same thing. Frederick Amabeb says, please, good day, Mr. Selon's blog. It's time your Jackson should sit on the bench for Nkuku to start ahead of him. Thanks, Frederick Amabe from Bayelsa State, Nigeria. Yes, you see, for me, I said it, that the coach right now, it is time that we try Christopher Nkuku in that first 9 role and see. Because as it is right now, as it stands right now, I know Nkuku is going to play in tomorrow's game. Definitely, he's not going to play tomorrow's game. But when it comes to the league, I would want Nkuku also to try it and let's see what will happen. Nkuku scored hat-trick in Conference League against Barrow. Yes, it's a totally different game altogether. Playing against Barrow in Conference League, I mean in EFL Cup. Yes, EFL Cup, not Conference League. A third-tier team in English third-tier team is totally different from the Premier League. Maybe they are still trying to manage Christopher Nkuku's situation based on injury record. Maybe, I'm not too sure. All right, but let's wait and see what happens. All right, big shout out to you, Frederick. I'm a babe from Nigeria. Big shout out to you. Have a great morning. Okay, the last 4 here. So I believe that if Noni Madueke starts to give assists, he will also start scoring goals for fun, like Opama. Exactly so. Exactly, that's going from Chris Williams. That is it. If he starts giving an assist, the other players will also be giving him more ball. They will also be assisting him. If you want the chemistry between Jackson and Kopama, they both like to give each other assists. That's one good thing about Jackson. He's not selfish. He gives the ball freely to Kopama to score. Because it's about Chelsea. It's not about individual accolades. All right? Chris Williams again says, no. Kopama is not yet at Eden Hazard level. Thank you very much, my brother. Big shout out to you, Chris Williams. Big shout out to you out there. The next one says, yes, mister, you are right about comparing Eden Hazard with Kopama. They are two different players. Ni by name from Nigeria, stays in Cairo. Big shout out to you, Ni from Nigeria, but stays in Cairo. The last but not the least says, Osimhen's signing will add a great value to the squad if considering a team having Osimhen and Jackson as their reliable strikers in his team will rule the world. Big shout out to you out there, Bamigbade Fridios. Thank you guys. I'll be back in the afternoon with more exclusives even before the press conference. See you guys when you see me, dear friends. Shalom and peace.